Now, Vincent, if you print newspapers, you make sure you've got lots of pink paper lying around. If you're a house builder, you make sure you've got plenty of bricks. Surely, if you're a broker and a trader, you make sure that your systems work and you've got backup to those systems and backup to those backup systems. Apparently not at Knight Capital.
Apparently not, yes. And I mean, look, companies like Knight Capital, they're essentially brokers. They're middlemen between investors and the markets. Their reputations rest solely on the competence of their technology. In Knight Capital's case, there's been a spectacular failure of that technology. On Wednesday, some algorithm trading program just went wild and sent out all these orders that sent the market haywire and have cost the company.
And when these things happen, it never seems to result in a profit, unfortunately.
Never ever. They've lost $440 million, I think, which is more than it's about 80% of their first half revenue.
And now teetering by all accounts.
And now teetering, yes, and vultures are circling, and there's and so everybody is coming out of the woodwork now to say, we told you so, this can happen again. I think this is a very embarrassing episode for Wall Street.
And of course, everybody's sort of saying that there's a trend of these. We've got bats and the NASDAQ thing with Facebook and so on, and the flash crash. Do you see any underlying trend? Or
well, I do actually. I mean, I think that unfortunately there is a trend here, and each one sort of reinforces the other, if you like. And I think that part of the trend is that it just illustrates the extent to which trading has shifted from human beings doing it with each other to computers doing it with each other, and nobody seems to be watching the computers. So you switch it on in the morning, you go off and do whatever you have to do, and then you come back in the evening and you switch it off. And these things churn out trades, like hundreds of them every second. Most of them don't get done because there isn't a matching trade for them. But so nobody's watching, and when something goes wrong, there's nobody there to sort of turn it off.
But at the same time, there are trillions of dollars worth of transactions every hour in the world. It's you'd almost expect more of them, really, or do you think this is?
Yeah, no, precisely. I mean, I think that and the reason why these episodes generate so much publicity and why everybody sort of stands up and says, starts pointing fingers is because they are so rare. The infrastructure of the markets does work very efficiently, but when it breaks down spectacularly, and that is the problem. And I think that it's an issue for investors and brokers and regulators
and confidence, especially when it's so weak in
exactly.
In finance
and when they
and
happen,
financial services.
And they do happen more in down markets as well. I mean, it's if the market had been rising steadily, Knight probably would have made a profit. The fact that it's very volatile and that markets are very weak and there's no confidence there, it is almost foretold that a loss would be made.
Yes, so another black mark against the finance industry at the end of a tough week anyway. Let's hope there are no more this year at least. Thank you, Vincent.